I'm going to talk about how to do a toner for the Treat and Tone kits. So if you have longer hair, which I think everybody does, I had to do it on a mannequin because I have no hair. And my kids are with me, so if you can hear them, I'm sorry. But I'm going to try to stay focused. So what you want to do is you can use ponytail holders or clips, either one. Kind of split your hair into 4 quadrants. So I don't have enough clips with me, but I've used just her part. Like, you can use your natural part if you want, just to make sure it's fully evenly saturated. And then you're going to go from the top of your head to the back of your ear. So like this is one section. Let me see if I can turn her back of her ear. It doesn't have to be super perfect because, again, we're just doing the ends. We're not like putting on a root color or anything super detailed. So you'll have the front right, front left, back right, and back left. So what I like to do is start in the front, so it will sit on the longest. So if you're wanting to be more icy, it's going to be brighter in the front. But you do kind of want to move at a decent pace, because you don't want this to end up dark and the back barely be toned. So if you need a helper, get a helper. Don't be ashamed to ask for help, especially in the back sections. It's a little bit harder. Okay, so what you've got is, in your kit, you're going to have a brush like this. You're going to have a comb. You're going to have gloves. I'm not actually putting on product, so I'm not wearing my gloves. They're only size smalls because that's all I have, and if you could imagine, it's hard to find gloves right now. And a hair cap, and then your color will already be there for you and measured out with instructions. So what you're going to want to do is start at the bottom of this section. Take you a little section. Don't make it too big, because you want to make sure you're saturating very well. So you can do about a 1/2 inch to an inch or so. See, from here to here is about a 1/2 inch or so. Take the rest of this, get it out of the way, use a clip or something. So mix up your color as instructed. Use like a glass kitchen bowl, or you could use a plastic. Just make sure it's not a porous surface because it will stain it. If you don't care, it's fine. Anyway, so get this, comb through it, make sure it's smooth. Okay, so then you're going to want to use your palm. Grab your brush, scoop up some color. It's going to be like a thin gel, so don't scoop too much because it will drop off your brush if you're not careful. So scoop you some, about 1/2 a brush or so. You're going to start at the top. Go with the direction of the hair to put it on. What I do, especially if you've seen me before, you'll probably recognize this, except I usually use a bottle, but I can't afford a bottle for everybody. Sorry. So you got to do the brush method. But you'll go down, get more if you need it, go down, okay? Then you can use your other hand and kind of like pull it through. It should be very smooth and easy. If it still feels kind of dry, go through, take your brush, and go side to side all the way down. Or you can put your brush in your bowl, use your hands because you got gloves on, and kind of smush it. It should be very saturated, very wet. If you feel like, I don't know if it's saturated enough, go ahead and kind of like separate it. And if you see that some of the pieces on the inside are still dry, go ahead and do some more. I'm sending you plenty, so don't be afraid to use it all. Okay, so you do one section, make sure it's fully saturated. You can twist it, you can just slick it down or something, just make sure it's down and kind of out of the way. So then you're going to take down your next section, about a 1/2 inch to an inch. Clip that out of the way. Okay, comb it, and then same thing. Down, run it through your fingers, side to side, smush. Make sure it's fully saturated. Something I get caught on a lot, so make sure you're checking this. And like, even when I'm doing it on someone else, like, I'll go back and look, and the very, very end still be dry or not saturated enough. So make sure you're double checking that. Especially if you have anything left over after you've done your whole head, just go ahead and hit those ends one more time. And so you're going to follow that all the way up. Once that's done, you can kind of twist it just so it stays out of the way, and it should stay twisted if it's fully saturated. And then move on to the next section. I would do front, front, back, back. And like I said, don't go super slow, because some parts will be different colored than the other because it's going to tone at different times. If you have a buddy, get them to help you. Something I will say, because I don't have long hair, hang on one second, baby. And I can't demonstrate it for you. When you get to this back section, start at the top. So you split it in half. So get like a little triangle from the top section. Kind of hold it like this. Brush, same way. Work your way through it. And then pull it to the front and lay it down. It should lay down fine. And work your way down. Now, when you get about halfway down, you can start bringing it to the side and pulling it. That'll be easier than trying to like reach totally back, because that's going to make your arms tired. So, work smarter, not harder. So, you can even start at the bottom if you want to. It really doesn't matter. But clip it all up, pull it to the side, make sure you're going through it still as much as you need to make sure it's fully saturated. Okay. Once everything is on, it's finished. You let that sit for about 20 minutes. Put your hair cap on and go watch a TV show. Don't look at it because it will scare you. If it looks scary, it's correct. That's what I was taught, was when you're scared, it's right. For toners especially. So the first time you wash it, it will be the darkest. So if you are trying to be icy blonde and it looks a little purpley or blue, it shouldn't be like blue, but it may have like a blue tint or a purple tint, it is okay. The next wash, it will be gone. So that, I think, covers it. I'll make notes if I think of anything else. But that is it. Make sure you're shampooing with a sulfate-free, color-safe shampoo. If you need something, let me know. I'll send you my numbers and everything else. All right, good luck. Have fun.